I'm Jennifer Christian, and I'm 38, and I have 3 boys, Jacob, Bradley, and Chase. I started running probably, well, before my oldest son was born, so he's 6 now, so I probably started running again like 8 years ago. I ran in high school, but I was just a sprinter. And then I ran throughout college, but short distances. I got back into running like in my 30s, just for health reasons. I wasn't particularly fast, but I enjoyed doing 5Ks. I liked the atmosphere and just felt like it kept me in shape. I ran my first half marathon about 2 years ago, and then I got pregnant with my 3rd child. I kept working out through my whole pregnancy, and then after I had my son, I waited for the 8 weeks and I started to try running again, and then I got really sick. I got a staph infection in my spine and I couldn't walk at all. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, and then I eventually got to go home, but I had a walker and I could not move at all. I had to stay on the first floor. I had to have a toilet in my family room. What the doctors think is that it all happened because I have ulcerative colitis, and I was on some medicines that suppressed my immune system. And so combo of the C-section, having the baby, and everything, it just kind of did me in. Apparently it's a super rare staph infection. I had a lot of time in the hospital to Google it, and only a few hundred people had it or had it before. So when I eventually got to go home, I had physical therapists come to my house every day and a nurse who came to my house every day, and I had a PICC line in my arm to give myself IV meds every 8 hours, and I couldn't take care of my kids, and I didn't think I would walk again. Like a month and a half in, another MRI showed that the infection still wasn't gone. I had to go downtown to Rush, and they were able to drain it. After that, I still had my walker for a little bit longer, and then I moved on to a cane. But then I started doing physical therapy, and they were able to help me, walk again without any assistance. Said that my goal is to really just to run again at some point. I mean, I was super happy that I could walk again, but I really wanted to be able to run again. And I am like interval running. I can run a couple blocks or so, and then I walk a block and then run a couple more blocks. And to get to a full mile without stopping, haven't been able to do that yet, but I did do intervals for like 3 miles. So I'm like thrilled that we're doing that. My advice to anybody who is coming back to running or is overcoming like an injury or an illness or something like that, I really think it is I think it's your mindset. I had this goal that I wanted to run again, and I just kept working until I made it happen. The same thing with walking again. I wanted to make sure that I could walk again, and I just kept pushing. Even in the hospital when I was laying there, I mean, there was a moment where I was like, I could die, but I changed my mindset and was like, I'm here for, I have to be here for my family. And I think it's all just in your thinking, and then you just have to push yourself.